Oh man, it's the Backyard Ufologist.
Cool.
We need your comment.
Whoa, this is heavy.
I really do like that. Hello, this is David, the Backyard Ufologist. Thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, give a thumbs up, and most of all, be sure to comment and take part in what we are seeing. Give your opinion, and I do appreciate it. Well, it's just a crazy time here in the United States right now, so I want to make sure that everybody just uses love and light. And try not to get upset, whichever side that you're on. You know, there's a lot of division happening right now, a lot of hate. Don't do that. That's what they're trying to do to you. Once you can't be divided and use hate, they're finished. So make sure you just love each other. You know, it's a time to come together. And it's about time, okay? Let's all come together no matter what happens, okay? We really do need to stick together. Life is way too short. I see it in front of my house all the time. People getting killed on motorcycles and stuff around this curve. It just drives me crazy. Okay, enough of that. That's all I wanted to say. Use love and light and be nice to each other, okay? All right, I would like to do a shout out. I keep forgetting every time, like the last 2 times. But Tami, the Lonely Dead. I'm sorry that I forgot you. I just have a lot going on. Tami, the Lonely Dead. And she's on YouTube. And she's really a nice lady. Her information is in the shout outs in the description box, so make sure you go see her and subscribe and tell her David the Backyard Ufologist sent you. She is really just a nice lady, and I appreciate the big shout outs that you give to me. It just means a lot to me. It really does. Watch some of my shows. I've got like 625, I think, hours to go before January 3rd to get monetized. So if you guys would help me out that way, I would appreciate it, and I could continue to do it. If not, you know, it's going to be not many shows at all after the first of the year. You know, I got to start all over again, and it's just time to do something different if we don't make it. This is like the 3rd try. So I really love doing this, and I wish that I could make a little income doing it. It's up to you guys, you know, if you're watching my videos, just that would help me out. And donations, I have PayPal and Patreon. If you'd like to make a donation, support us that way. We do appreciate it very much. I took some pictures during the day, and I couldn't believe what I caught. And I have 3 videos of some. Oh yeah, I want to tell you about this. I had 3 videos. First one that I got after I put the laser. I was aggressive with the laser on these UFOs. It was something negative. You know, I haven't felt that in a long time, and the people that know me in social media, I told them about it. Well, it goes a little bit further now. The day after that, the night, I was sleeping, and I'm going to tell you, I'm just going to come out and say it. I think that we got abducted. I was sleeping, and it was in the wee hours of the morning. I don't know if I was awake or dreaming, and I usually know that. I really do. And there was some kind of noise happening, and it was like a clicking noise, like an insect. I think it was an insect. I think it was an insectoid. And it was, I could open my eyes, but I couldn't move. I was paralyzed. And you know, I've never had that happen before. I was paralyzed. And I wanted to move so bad because it was on the side of my wife's bed, and I could see it, and it was dark. It was black. I said, it's got to be a demon. I don't think so. I don't think it was a demon. I think it was an extraterrestrial. I think it was the one that was in that UFO. I really do. I tried to move as much as I could, and I could barely move, and I remember screaming. I know what they're talking about now. I mean, I experienced that. There was nothing I could do. And when I came to, I was standing on her side of the bed when I woke up, and I go, well, am I dreaming? What's going on here? I was going after it. Protect my wife, man. Got to protect the wife. But she had some dreams. I asked her, did you feel anything? Did anything go on? She goes, yeah, but I can't remember anything. And I said, bummer. I'd really like to get regressed on this and see what really happened. But it was scary, and I know what they're talking about, and I believe that something happened that night for sure. And I told you it was negative, and then this happened, and I promise you, I'm telling you the truth. And I see how people feel now when it happens to them. It was scary. So doing a lot of clearings here, and I sure am understanding how people feel about these alien abductions for sure. Okay, now I want to just share that with you. All right, here we go. I'm going to show you the video. The first one is the one of the negative, I believe, UFO, and then I have a couple more. The third one, I think it just came over and was checking us out, filming us, or saying, who are these people? What are they doing? It could be the Space Force. I don't know. We may get a visit from Men in Black. I don't know. We're going to go ahead and get started, okay? Okay, everybody, here's the first video. Now, it's in the backyard. I'm looking to the south, and you can see it right there. And like I said, I'm a little aggressive with the laser. I was talking to it. I was saying, I send you love and light, power up for me, flash at me. It was pretty much well powered up, but it doesn't do it like it usually does. It really bright. And then when I put the laser on it, look, it just started to go out. It started dimming out on me, and then I zoomed in on it to see if I could follow it and watch where it goes. And this is the Aurora night vision camera, and I was keeping the laser on it, and it's really hard to do it. I have the laser in one hand, the camera in the other, and I'm standing up out there. I've got to do better than that and get a tripod. But it went away. That was it. Second video is another UFO, and it was up high. Look how fast it's going there. And I put the laser on it, and it disappeared. Watch this. I put the laser on it, and it's gone. I don't know where it went. I just put the laser on it. It didn't want to be seen. So that was it. And it was real fast, but I saw it. It was going across the sky really fast. Okay, now here is one. This is one right after another now. And this one was coming from the south. I don't know if it was the same one. It turned around, and I was really aggressive with the laser. Now, I did check satellites live. There was nothing scheduled to be over here, over our zip code. And I made sure to check heavens above also, because I was a little skeptical on this. I said, what is going on here? Look at the energy and the field around this UFO. And I said, well, and my wife was with me. Allie was out there. She goes, what do you think it is? I said, I don't know. I said, it looks like they've slowed down to take a look at us. And I was saying, I send you love and light. I want to have contact with you. And I shouldn't have probably said that, huh? But anyway, I didn't say I want benevolent contact, so that might have messed me up right there and I gave them permission to come. So you got to be really specific when you have conscious contact with these entities and spirits that are out there. We use 1 John 4:1-4, and look how it just slowed down right there and just almost stopped. And what is this guy doing, and maybe they were checking us out. I don't know, but it went all the way over to the northeast from the southwest, and I was really, really feeling negative, and I had a bad feeling. That's the first time this has happened here in a very, very long time. But you can see it's just hovering around, kind of wobbling. We kept our eye on it, and I was just sitting there saying, can you believe this? I don't know what happened to the audio. It's always something with this. When I transfer it over and put it in the editor, I'm just going to have to get a new editor, it looks like, because sometimes the audio's there, sometimes it's not. Maybe it's the volume here, a control, but, technology, the bleeding edge, the simplest things are the hardest things for me sometimes. I mean, I was like a computer whiz in 1995. But that's a long time ago. Yeah, it goes out of sight, and it was just still bright and just going its own way right there, bright as can be. That something happened the night after that, and that's what I was talking about. And I think we had our first experience of an abduction of some type that happened here. I mean, it's just like textbook reading somebody's experience with it, and that's what happened. It really shook me up, and that hasn't been like that for me since my paranormal investigation days. I was scared. I had the chills, and it really sucked. Yeah, it was really scary, and I haven't been like that in a very, very long time. Some orbs here, and that's some kind of animal. I don't know. Some kind of entity that's spiritual. See the eye, nose, the mouth. See the ears. I caught it on the move, and it looks like it's kind of laying on its back there, flying around. But it looks like it could be some kind of feline too, with the ears. A lot of feline beings out there. And let's move on here. Now this is some wisp or some kind of mist that was out there. There's something right here, and I was looking, and you can see the two eyes, nose, and the mouth, and the hair, and the arms or the wings. That's something flying right there in this mist, is what I think it is anyway. What do you think? So it was a little spooky out there for sure. A lot of malevolent entities on the move out there right now. I'm going to tell you, got to be careful. Look at this eye, nose, and the mouth right there. This is some kind of entity that's in the mist. So I don't know. I wanted to share that with you. It looks like there's one here. It's just all kind of stuff in here. So we're really cracking down on our clearings. Even pulling out the sage. So it's getting amped up right now. It's a very, very, very active right now. Ear here, eye, nose, and a mouth. You can see it. It's all kind of different things in there, and you can just check that out yourself. Entity here, right here. You can see it. It's just undeniable. Here's one right here. Looks like he's got some kind of headphones on or something and got a big smile. At least we have something positive there, huh? And then something right there. All kind of little entities that are in there. But that one right there got me. I said, yeah, that's something flying right there. Okay, here's a big orb. It's hard to see, but eye, nose, and a mouth right there. But if you look real closely, and that's why I went ahead and used this. It was so pixelized I didn't want to use it. But I said, wow, look at that. Eye, nose, and a mouth, and he's got some kind of helmet on. You see it right there? Oh, wow. Yeah, so I wanted to share that. That little radio signal right there. That is something like an EKG or something. Okay, let's move on here. Now, I took some daytime pictures. I was just really surprised. And this is a long way from where I was. There's a big pine tree in the backyard. And you can see right here is an orb. And look what's in it. Eye, nose, and mouth. And it's like it's watching me. And there's something in it right there. I don't know what it is, but there's something going on. There's another entity. It looks like it's got some cat ears, feline right there. And that looks like one of the grays right there with the dark eyes. It could be. And I just saw something up here I didn't see. There it is right there. I didn't even see these. There's some right here, and I didn't even see these. You can see there's some kind of activity right there. And this is still daylight out, as you can see. Look at this orb right here. Wow. And here's an eye. I think this is the nose, and here's the mouth, the chin right there. Some entity in the middle of it, and you see the rings going around it. I believe these are like dimensional rings. And then you look right here, there is a hole in the orb, and you see the eye, nose, and the mouth right there of some entity. And I was just looking, and it's just got all kind of entities all through here. So you can see right here, there's one right there. So you can look at it yourself and come to your own conclusion. Here's an eye, nose, and a mouth there. Just keep seeing more and more stuff as I look at it. Isn't that something? And then here's one by one of the quartz boulders right there, and got a little circle going around it. Looks like an eye here, and a nose and a mouth right there. And it looks like it's shooting up. And here's one right here, eye, nose, and a mouth there, and one next to him. So it's something coming up out of the quartz boulder. It's a lot of energy here, a lot of energy. And that's why we see all that we see. Really coming up out of the vortex or the portal, the fairy circle right there. Isn't that something? Okay, I have a lot of pictures. That's why I want to move on. I don't want to bore you. Let's just get on with it. You know what I mean? There's a guy here. There's an eye, nose, and a mouth right there. And there's something in the middle. It looks like there's an eye here and eye here that you can't see. This, and you see this one better than you see that one. And then the nose and the mouth right there. And then something's in front of it. A guy with an eye, nose, and a mouth. You see right there. It looks like he's looking over to the left and up right there. So it was really bright. And here's one here. It's just full of spiritual entities or dimensional travelers. See, here's an eye, nose, and mouth right there. There's just all kind of entities in there. That looks like a wolf or a coyote right there. That's what it looks like to me, you know, from where I am. I don't know. And here's another one. Look how transparent these things are. And I don't know what this is. Is it an eye, nose? It kind of looks like a canine to me. And it looks like there's somebody behind him. See the eye, nose, and the mouth right there. These look like there's some kind of canines. And they may be extraterrestrial canines or spiritual dimensional travelers that are not the same kind of canines that is on this planet. Or it could be spiritual dogs, because they used to have a dog pen not too far from here with lots of dogs back in the early 2000s, from what I understand, because we moved here in 2006 and we had to take that pen down. They just left it. Well, the guy passed away anyway. But anyway, eye, nose, and a mouth. You can see right there, and there's a person behind him or behind that thing. You can see one eye in his head right there. I see that a lot here, a lot. All kind of entities here. And here's one right here. I'm not quite sure what I'm seeing. I see an eye, nose, and a big smile. At least they're smiling. That makes me feel good. Here's one right here. Eye, nose, and a mouth. You see it right there? And then a guy here. Eye, nose, and a beard going on. That might be one of the masters. Could be. They appear here a lot. So wanted to look at all the little pixies and little energy coming up. And this is during the day. I've never noticed that during the day. And you can see down here on the vortex, there's somebody right there coming up. Looks like somebody behind him with an eye and an eye. But you can see that right there. And another one here and right here. So these things were all around during the day, too. Of course they are. Of course they are. And here's another one. And this is, wow, I don't know. It could be an eye here, and a nose and a mouth. And then I see an eye, nose, and a mouth, and a big beard right there. There's somebody right here. Don't that look like it's peeking around? See the eye, nose, and a mouth? And this is the wind chime that's behind that. That's how transparent this is. And then you have an entity here. I mean, this is just spiritual activity. See, eye, nose, and a mouth. Don't that look like a feline human being right there? See the two ears and the eye and the whiskers right there? I see it. I don't know if you do, but I see it. And you probably see more than I'm seeing. And if I back it off a little bit, I see an eye here, a nose. See the ear here, and it's some kind of animal. Lots of animals out there. You know, I'm part Cherokee Indian, Native American. So, you know, maybe these animals come to me. They say that they do. I don't know. all I can do is get with a chief or someone that really knows about this stuff. Every time I do, they want me to pay $600 to do a genetic test. And I'm just not interested in that. Can't we just get together and talk? Really. Okay, look at this. Eye, nose, and the mouth. Ear. If I had the money, I would do it. Don't get me wrong. I understand they have to make money too, but I just don't have it. But anyway, yeah, that's a good. I'm getting ahead of myself here. I'm sorry. Eye, nose, and a mouth, and 2 ears. That looks like some kind of feline being. It's some kind of spiritual entity right there in a Merkaba, or whatever you want to call that, tetrahedron. And look at this. Gosh, man, these things were so bright. I couldn't see what was in it. I see an eye, and a nose, and then an eye, and a nose. 2 of them behind each other. One's in front, one's behind. This one, I couldn't see nothing. It was so bright coming up out of the vortex right there. I'm telling you, right here, we have all kind of energy, and it grows. And I believe that Hammonasset Ley Line runs back and forth like that and fluctuates, and that's why we have more activity than some other days. There's an entity there, 2 eyes, nose, and a mouth. You can see his head and his throat going down, his neck right there. That's a long way away, too, to see that. Here's one against the house. And I just don't know. It looks like an eye, nose, and 2 ears right here. I really didn't know what this was right here. I said, I don't know. That's kind of weird. It looks like there's an eye, nose, and a mouth there, and a guy right here, a guy right there. There's just people all around. I don't know what this is right here. Tell me what you think. This looks like some claws and a paw. And you see this guy, eye, nose, and mouth, whatever it is, it's some kind of spiritual being right there. And I'll keep looking at it to see if I can figure it out. But you can see there's an eye here, nose, and a big mustache right there. And then there's one of those holes that's in the orb itself. And you can see an entity peeking out right there. And all kind of entities, and look how transparent it is. You can see it's right up against the house there. That's a trip. Did we see this one right here? No, we didn't yet. Okay, I see an eye, and nose, and a mouth. You can see an eye right there. So it's just dimensions overlapping dimensions, and you can see there's entities in it, and you can see it's on the move. It's going up. It's moving. It's probably going pretty fast there. And there's another one, and there's something inside. I see an eye there. I see 2 ears and some hair and a nose there and a mouth, and it's looking that way. So, and it's on its way somewhere. So there's one way back there. Yeah, we saw that. Okay. And that's during the day, folks, out there and around the ferry circle on the Hammonasset Ley Line here on the northeast coast. And you see I'm taking picture right after picture, and then there's one on the window right here. I think, oh wow, that's something. Look at it. Eye, nose, and a mouth, and you can even see some teeth right there. So I don't know. And then you see one right here, eye, nose, and a mouth. But it's ghost, it's dimensional travelers, it's extraterrestrials, it's entities traveling in Merkabas. It's just a multiple choice, So I feel the conscience contact. And with this, I didn't feel negative when I was taking these pictures. It was during the day, and I didn't expect to catch anything, to tell you the truth. And I was very surprised. On the ground, sometimes they just sit there and just hang out and say, this is a benevolent sanctuary for benevolent entities and travelers. And these portals, you can't close these portals. These are on a ley line where the quartz boulders are lined up, and they've been here for like centuries. It's ancient, and I have spent a lot of time. I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in here making this a benevolent area, a spiritual benevolent area for sure. And I think they know that, and when they come out, they can recharge around the quartz boulders, around the vortex, around all of this right here. And I can see them sometimes just sitting there. And you can see there's entities all in here in a radio wave. I see that a lot. Maybe they're charging up. You can see there's some kind of entity right there. Eye, nose, and a mouth, and the head right there. And then there's something right here. I didn't even see that. Eye, nose, and a mouth coming up out of the vortex. It's looking at me. You can't see that, with your naked eye. You have to have an IR camera. This is an IR camera. It was on night shot vision. It's not the Aurora. This was a Canon, and that's just what I caught right here. And you can see there's a little entity right there. I see an eye, nose, and a mouth there. And there's something going on here. I see an entity, eye, nose, and a mouth. I don't know what this is right here, but you can see there it is. And then look how transparent these things are. This is really weird. This is like a shelf, against a wall. And it looks like an entity. Here's his head, eye, nose, and this big chin, like a Jay Leno chin coming down. And it looks like he's looking at a screen or something, and he's standing there. Maybe he's driving this thing. And then you have an entity up here, eye, nose, and a mouth, and an entity below there, eye, nose, and a mouth. There's something right here. I just can't make it out. Here's an entity here. They're just all in here. I will keep looking at it, and I'm planning to do a year in review like I always do in December, like the last week in December before the first of the year, and I usually pull out the best catches, and I try to look at them in the meantime, between that time, and really think, but what am I seeing, and that's what I do, and I'll share with you. And of course there's going to be pareidolia, there's going to be all kind of different stuff, but I'm not saying it's not, but there's a lot of real stuff here also. And, you can take that to the bank here and in the backyard here. That's for sure. Now, I caught this in the tree. Here's another wisp. I called it ectoplasm. I don't know what ectoplasm is, I know what it is, but I have never seen it unless this is it. This could be a mist, a will-o'-the-wisp. I have no idea. It could be some kind of fog, but when I catch this, this is way up in the tree in the backyard. Look at this. If you saw this, I didn't see it, when I was taking the picture. I saw it after I taken the picture. You see ear here, eye, nose, and the mouth. That's a canine. That's a dog, isn't it? It does look like it to me. There it is right there. That's why I wanted to show you, but I kept looking. This looks like some kind of dog here with legs, the ears right there. You can see the body and the legs coming around, and then something above it right there with two eyes, nose, and a mouth, and two ears. I don't know what that is. And then a guy here with two eyes, nose, and a mouth, and it just kept going up and up and up. And look, here's like an eye here, and nose, and kind of just gets all dissipated there. So I don't know what it is, but you can see what that is. Come on, tell me what you think about that right there. That's a dog. I've ever seen one. I've had a couple of dogs that didn't look like anyone I had, and I kept looking. I said, oh yeah, that's a lot of leaves right there. And I said, what is this right up here? This is not a leaf. Oh my goodness, look. Oh man, here's a fairy. I caught a fairy. See, you can see the ears, the two eyes, the nose, and the mouth right there, and he's holding something, or she's holding something, or that's the wings flapping behind her, and the arms coming off, and in some kind of robe or something. And I brought it up a little bit closer to show you, and I'm going to show it to you just right after this, but I kept looking at it and I go, am I seeing like crescent moons right here and a star? I said, wow, am I tripping? But no, I see these fairies from time to time, and there's one right there. And let me see if I can bring it up closer. Now, let's see this. Look at this thing. It gets a little pixelized, of course, and I wanted to show you that and what I thought I saw, but I can't really see it now. Maybe I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I thought I saw some designs on the robe right there. But I see the two ears. You see the eye, nose, and the mouth. It looks like you're holding something right there. I don't know what that is. Some wings maybe flapping back there. It looks like something sticking out behind him, a person or an entity right there. So I don't know. But to me, that's a fairy. And I catch these things a lot from time to time out there. It's in the fairy circle, in the top of the tree, folks. A lot of crazy stuff goes on here. And let's see what we have here. This is that thing that flies around way up in the sky above the pine tree in our backyard. It looks like a music note every once in a while. Look at that. So some kind of shape-shifting UFO or some kind of spirit there. And here is a orb or something, and there's a entity or animal in it. Eye, and you see the long nose and the nose right there. So lots of stuff all up there in the backyard. Yeah, I always say, man, it almost looks like a musical note, and that's just really cool. All right, this was garbage day the other night, and I was taking some pictures while I was doing my chores. Eye right there. Can't really see the other eye right there, but you see the nose and the mouth, and there's some stuff right here, and this looks like some kind of door right here. Sure does. And then here's a guy right here. Eye, nose, and a mouth. And I don't know, there's some kind of symbol right there. I see that kind of symbol a lot. I don't know if it's just artifact or pixelization that we see there. I see it. They look like little ships. Like I said, maybe we are the giants. Okay, look at this right here. Look how big this thing is. Eye here, nose, and a mustache or something right there going on. You can see his body coming down. He is in the Merkaba right there, flying around. So, and you saw this one, and let's move on here because I got so many pictures I want to get through them. Now here's another daytime, something coming up out of the portal right here, the vortex. And look at here, the eye, nose, see the ears right there, another animal, and here's one right here that you see on top of it, eye, nose, and the mouth, and two ears. That to me is a feline being right there. It has the feline nose and the mouth. They're around all the time. Here's one on the ground just resting. Eye, nose, see the ears coming up right there. It looks like he's looking that way, just hanging out. Here's another one. I don't know what this is. It looks like that could be two eyes and a nose there. I don't know what this is right here, so you can tell me what you think it is. Because I kept looking at it, and I'll keep looking at it until I realize what it is, or come some kind of conclusion. And there's something in here. I couldn't really get it cleared up, but I saw an eye here, a nose, and a mouth. I said, that's some kind of entity there, of course. All right, let's move on here. Now this is the big pine tree in the backyard, and the sky behind it, and filled with all these little lights. Now these aren't stars. This camera just does not pick up any stars. I've tried and tried. That's why I have the Aurora camera. And it looks like an eye here, and a nose, and a mouth. See the little entity that's in there flying around in the Merkaba. And then I saw this, and here's that shape-shifting thing. I don't know if it's a UFO or a spirit or something here that flies around this thing right here all the time up there. I catch it every once in a while. And I don't know what these things are. Looks like little bitty ships or little saucers to me. So it could be, or it could be artifact. I'm not ruling that out, But you see, there's a lot of stuff too going on there. And I believe that's it for today. Well, that was the show. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did bringing it to you. I had a lot of pictures. I'm sorry, I know I talk a lot. I just get so excited sometime about some of this stuff that's going on. And those UFOs that I caught, and the abduction possible. I'm going to talk to somebody about that for sure. We've been talking about it and going and speaking to somebody about it. Crazy stuff going on. We're looking for marks on our body and all that because that's what happens. It was really weird, but I hope you enjoyed the daytime pictures. I'm going to start doing that more often and maybe taking some video too and see what I catch out there. You know, you never know, but I sure do appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, give a thumbs up, and take part in what's going on. Get in the comments and have a conversation. I love to hear what you have to say about it. If you'd like to make a donation, all the information is in the description box below. If you'd like to advertise your widget, we really do need the advertising dough, and we'll give you great rates, that's for sure. So the contact information is in the description box. I have shout outs too. Go by and see Tami, the Lonely Dead, see All Things Paranormal Leslie, 303 Paranormal, JBD, Camo Man 73, all the people out there, Central Utah Paranormal. I'm sorry, I was doing shout outs and I ended up, that's all I did was shout outs. I have to do my show. So anyway, I love you. Everybody on Facebook, the new subscribers I just had, you know who you are. Thank you so much for joining me and watching my videos. But the best thing you can do for me right now is watch my videos. To be careful out there, and everybody, please be nice to each other. We are the United States of America, so let's not divide, please. Not divide. Show love and light, okay? That's all I want to say about it. See you in a couple of days. This is David, the Backyard Ufologist. Be careful out there, folks. Have a great weekend coming up. Bye-bye, everybody.